is one of the many books I picked up over the years at estate sales and yard sales. Kind of collecting for many years. I can't even tell you exactly where this came from. Should have probably kept track of it. But I saw it and thought it was pretty darn unique. If I recall, this was with a whole box of other items, including a book about the Titanic from 1912, I believe. This one's The Trail of 37, which is now referred to as M37, which is pretty darn cool. This is very odd coloring in the cover. I'm still really not sure of the date. I can't quite make out the author, but it's The Trail of 37. I'm fairly positive that they didn't produce a lot of these. This couldn't have been published. There couldn't have been too many volumes published. No way. Oh, there it is. E.M. Averill. So The Trail of 37 with Bypaths in History, Beauty, and Philosophy by E.M. Averill. That's pretty darn cool. For those that don't know, 37, M37 goes up, as you can see here, it looks like Grand Rapids, all the way up through, where's that at? Big Bass Lake, past Baldwin here. Oh, wow. Wow, okay. Baldwin Stearns Mill. That would have been, Stearns Mill, I think, was burned down. Stearns Mill was burned down in the early 1900s, like turn of the century. Like, wow. Stearns Siding, which is west of Baldwin. There's US 10 or 10. That's pretty darn impressive. Big Star Lake, Houseman Lake, Lily, Bitely. That's pretty cool. Okay, here's the introduction here. The Trail of 37 with Bypaths in History, Beauty, and Philosophy came into existence much as a spring that burst in its way to freedom from a hidden head that is unable longer to resist. The beauty of nature, the sparkling waters, embracing air, constituting the pressure which the author are as irresistible as the cataracts of Niagara. What? Apparently that's eloquent. The history and tradition are as accurate as the records will substantiate. The little philosophy is intended to stimulate rather than disclose thought, while the regret of the passing of once glorious forest, the response to nature in all her forms, in the wonderful outdoors of Michigan, are as genuine as the author can make them, and if these verses may awaken the reader to a higher appreciation of the wonders about them, their purpose shall have been fulfilled. The author. Well, that's pretty darn cool. What I'll do is I'll go through this and probably read a couple pages at a time. Oh wow, there's some pictures in here. Looking down on Croton Village and Pond. That is pretty darn cool. This would have to be about 1900, 1910. This is really awesome. I'm not sure if anybody else is aware of any other copy of this, but this is pretty cool. Oh, we got more pictures. What do we got here? The author in camp and the dog that was killed. So apparently he must be talking about his dog in this poetry also. Has anybody heard of this before? Oh, here we go. It's talking about the high rollways. Michigan River at high rollways. The rollways were areas where the lumbermen used to stage logs. When the water was high in the spring, they would drop the logs from the rollway, high embankment, down into the river, where they'd float to the sorting grounds in Muskegon or other locations, I guess, for the lumber mills to sort out and process the wood. Pretty cool. Oh, shoot. Okay, there's the date. Do you see it? 1882. Wow. That would make sense because Stearns Mill, that's referenced in here. Let's get back to it here. I've been doing some research on Stearns Siding and Stearns Mill there, which is located right there. Baldwin Stearns Mill, I believe, burned down in 1908, 1910, right around that time. It burned down. So this is showing it as still an existing mill, and it was in its prime in the 1880s. That's pretty darn cool. There's Idlewild. That's a really awesome place. You should research the history on that. That is really awesome. Well, looking forward to kind of reading through this and sharing this, since this seems to be a one-off. I'm pretty excited about it now that I just realized what date this is. 1882. That is awesome. Thank you.